What's up, all you Kevins? Coming live from a neighbor in my local town. I'm gonna borrow this from you and I'm gonna give it back. I promise. Okay. I'll rent it to you. This was all set up as the guy that's holding the camera, actually. He said, hey, do you know an interesting gift I can get for my neighbor? And his neighbor is this guy here. So, Jack, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Lance.
Good, good. I appreciate you coming along for this whole ride.
Well, it's interesting for me.
There you go, man. Well, so Jack, if you guys don't know, by the link there you already clicked, hopefully, it's almost your 90th birthday, isn't it?
It'll be 14th. It's Flag Day.
I love it. Well, kudos to you for still having a Foxbody and driving it regular. We're going to get the whole story from you, so I'm excited about knowing it.
Enthused about seeing the finished product.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be good as long as the camera guy holds it steady.
Jack lives across the street, and I knew immediately when we moved in that he owned a Foxbody. Recently, we got a card that he's going to have his 90th birthday coming up. So I wanted to get Jack something like a unique gift that's going to kind of give a good smile to his face. And couldn't find anything that I really liked that I thought was really special. So I reached out to Foxbody FX. In no way did I think it would lead to this. This is blowing my mind. This is really cool. I was just thinking something, a unique gift for him, because he's a great neighbor, been a great neighbor for over 10 years, 11 years now. And so it kind of, here we are, just kind of blew up like the internet does.
I love it.
And so here we are, and like I said, Jack is a great neighbor, retired vet, just like my dad, served in the Navy, and he's a great guy and a great neighbor. So I thought, why not? Let's just do this. Yeah. And so here we are.
Well, Jack, tell us about the car. What year is this car?
1991. Right.
And you got this car, how long ago did you get it? So tell us about the car. Where did you get it? Why did you want it?
I've been looking for a car, basically a Mustang convertible. I decided that I'd like to have the Foxbody.
This is your second Mustang, is that correct?
Yes, this will be the second one.
Okay. When did you get your first one?
Well, it was in 1965 in California. I was farming with my dad and starting a family and living on a ranch. We were in the turkey business. It was not a family car, so I
right.
soon had to transfer my financial interest to a station wagon. So I sold my Mustang.
What'd your family think when you decided to buy this?
They were all enthused because I'd been looking for a long time, and I just couldn't get together with the price and the car that I wanted. So eventually I settled on this one. I saw an ad in the paper and went to take a look at it. And of course, half a dozen of the grandkids had to go with me.
So 20 years ago, how much did you pay for this car?
$5,000.
Well, we thank you for your service. And what was the name of the boat you were on?
Well, that was in the beginning. Before, when I got out of school, I had orders to damage control school at Treasure Island in the San Francisco Bay, ultimately transferred to a gasoline tanker, the AOG-6, called the Agawam. I farmed with my dad for 10 years after I got out of the Navy, and that took me up to 1968, and the world situation and everything was not too good on the farming side, and so I requested recall and was sent back on active duty, received orders, and they sent me to Springfield, Massachusetts. Spent about 18 months, and they transferred me to Lower Manhattan in New York City. Well, it was during Vietnam, and that's when Nixon started the drawdown from Vietnam.
Why did you pick a Foxbody Mustang? You wanted a Mustang, right? That's what
Right.
you told me. But what was it that drew you to this car?
I just liked of course, the color was red, and it stood out, and made a point of the fellow that was driving that thought a lot of his car.
Yeah.
And so I picked the Foxbody. It holds the road very good. That hood's heavy, so just be prepared.
So Jack, obviously you wanted a V8, right?
Right,
You wanted the 5.0.
right. Yes, that was premier. And
You didn't want a
getting
6-cylinder or a 4-cylinder or any small engine.
no,
or anything.
I
You
had
wanted some
that
power.
6-cylinder in that first Mustang I had, even though it was good and performed well, but it just wasn't like the Mustang. It runs. It runs. It runs.
You were telling me earlier that this car has also been a daily driver for a couple of family members, right?
Right. 2 grandsons, and the first one drove it for over a year to college, got a physics degree, and so he helped me do everything on the car. Then a younger grandson who wrecked his car, and he had to have a car for work, and so I was the only one that had a spare car. It's set in the garage most of the time otherwise. So he got to use it for another 6 months. And
So 2 of your grandsons have daily driven this Foxbody, huh?
right.
Wow, she runs well then.
Oh yeah, I can't complain about the engine and everything. It kicks over no problem.
So when you found out your neighbor Chris was also a Mustang guy, did you guys get along pretty good?
We did.
Yeah?
We did. Yeah. Nothing to see whenever we had a new Mustang in the driveway. Chris showed up, or I showed up at Chris's to see what it had to offer. Its original seats were getting worn, and I wanted to replace both seats, and I just picked those up.
The top looks like it's in pretty good shape for you.
I have put a new top on it since I had it.
Okay.
Yeah, in the 20 years, so it's in good shape.
All right, Chris, tell us about this beautiful GT350 you got, man.
This is a 2017 GT350. I've enjoyed it going up to the mountains here and do some track days here at Road Atlanta or AMP, even up in Charlotte. I did add a roll bar to it in the back, and had that painted the stripe color, lightning blue. So when I do get on the track, I can strap up and be safe in there. And it looks cool.
Oh, yeah. No, it looks great. Yeah, no, I like it. This gray is such a great color. And with the blue,
Yeah,
very
very
nice.
unique. Like I said, when we moved up here from Florida, Jack lived across the street, and I knew his family was into Mustangs. His son owns a 64 and a half. So they had it at the house one day. That immediately caught my attention, and knew, okay, I've got a Mustang fan that lives right across the street from me. And
That's every Mustang guy's dream.
yeah, not my wife's, of course, as far as
Yeah.
expense. But Jack's a cool guy. like I said, retired vet, same as my dad, and I respect him a lot. He's a good man, and it's just fun having him live so close and be such a nice neighbor and a cool guy. So
absolutely,
it's been a pleasure.
No, I appreciate you introducing me to him and getting me out here so I could do all this.
Well, thank you for doing this. This is more than I thought that ever I could, maybe do something for him.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Well, this will be his first time on YouTube, is what I hear.
Yeah, me too. Unless, because I don't have any.
Even watching it. I don't think he's even watching it.
He doesn't watch it, no. So, I do watch a lot of your videos and everything, and that's what. And then, of course, coming to some of your shows that you're involved in, have caught my attention.
Awesome.
And then Foxbodies. That's the generation I grew up in.
If you like this video, check out some more. Special thanks to our sponsors for today's Mustang Story video. Kenny Brown Performance and National Parts Depot at mpdlink.com or kennybrown.com. And thanks again for sponsoring Foxbody FX Mustang Stories.